Because again, remember, the key hack for a retrograde is focusing on action verbs that start with RE. Okay? Reorganize, rethink, restructure, reconnect, recommit, realize, remember. There's so many beautiful words that start with RE, and they're perfect. Okay? So these are the benefits of the Mercury retrograde. You'll find things that you've lost in the past. You'll reconnect with people. Now, make sure that you're in a good state for certain people that might kind of pop back up on your radar. Hello guys, welcome back. I wanted to just do a video on the benefits of Mercury retrograde. So the benefits are when we can turn our attention towards things that have already been going on, we can really benefit and flow and move forward, even though it's not the same type of like forward movement, thinking about the next new thing, what we're going to initiate, what we're going to start, maybe a contract that we're going to sign, something that's brand new. During a Mercury retrograde, that's where you're going to run into the blocks and the challenges and the confusion or miscommunications or things getting lost or just not cooperative energy. And that's why a lot of people still kind of freak out a little bit around Mercury when it goes retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde 3 to 4 times every year. And the really cool thing, like a pattern about Mercury retrograde, is that it will happen in the same element for an entire year plus. Then it'll move to the next. So we just had a whole year of retrogrades in water signs. 2020 was all about retrograde in water, meaning really reviewing and rethinking how you emotionally respond, how you take care of yourself emotionally. You could have felt waves of emotion throughout the retrograde periods last year that really ideally helped you to kind of look back and review things. Because again, remember, the key hack for a retrograde is focusing on action verbs that start with RE. Now, make sure that you're in a good state for certain people that might kind of pop back up on your radar. I'm not telling you that this is a great time to go back to an ex. Use your own discretion, but it's a better time to reconnect with long-lost friends, family members, neighbors, co-workers, people from your past that you just have lost touch with or you haven't talked to in a long time. It's a wonderful time to reconnect with those people. If an ex does come back in to try and communicate with you, or if you think of an ex a lot, it's not so much an invitation to restart things. It's more of an opportunity to rethink things, realize things that you learned from that relationship. Does that make sense? So again, I'm telling you to use your discernment there because it's really common, I've found in my history, when retrogrades come around, especially Mercury retrograde, that exes will pop in and say hi. And I'm the type of person that when a relationship is done, it's done. And I think I have an easier time with moving forward. So if you're one of those people that feels really confident in like your boundaries and where you're moving towards now, then the reconnecting and the chatting and the catching up over the phone, text message version, I don't think that that's a bad thing. But again, it's not so much an invitation to start getting back together. No, you're missing the lessons and the opportunity to realize what you learned from that experience and to recognize the blessings and the growth that you gained from it so that you can move forward. Okay. Other benefits of the Mercury retrograde. If there are projects that have been put on the back burner, or old interests, hobbies, skill sets that you haven't done in a long time, it's a fabulous time to pick those things back up, to finish out something or rework an old project that didn't take off in the past. But if you've already initiated something in the past and it's either been forgotten or it didn't work, a retrograde period is actually a wonderful time to go back and rework it so that it can take off, so that it can move forward. And every time we have a retrograde period, like I mentioned, the retrogrades last year moved through all of the water signs. So we had Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio retrogrades. Well, this year we're going to be having the retrogrades happening now in Aquarius, in another few months in Gemini, and then in another few months in Libra. And it'll probably happen at the tail end of Aquarius next year too, before it moves into the earth signs. Yeah, and so 2022 will be a period of Mercury retrograde moving through the earth signs. So what does that mean? It means that last year was a great time to really review how we respond emotionally, how we live emotionally, how we create emotionally, how we communicate, our level of emotional intelligence. Most likely, if you review what all you learned from last year, you'll probably find that you've gained a lot of awareness around your emotions, around what feels right in your heart versus what doesn't feel right. We've seen a lot, we've been pulled a lot in this past year. So this year with it, the Mercury retrograde happening in the air signs, and Mercury being a planet that is all about communication and facts and intellectuality, intelligence, we're going to be learning a lot around our mental health and our mental strength. What practices do you do for mindset training? Do you have any practices for mindset training? I'm going to tell you right now, get on board, find some, because this year is going to necessitate mental health and mental health awareness, and not just on a big picture level, but a very personal level. If you need support in that, there are a lot of great resources and mental health experts out there that you can turn to. So I really invite you, I'm giving you like a forecast for this year, that you can really begin to take matters into your own hands around your mind and your mindset. Because next year, when we have the Mercury retrograde happening in all of the earth signs, it's really going to be having us reviewing all of the material possessions, the 3D structures, the 3D environment that we're in, the actual like reality, that most of us agree is reality. Reality is in our minds. And you have the opportunity to shape your future through your mind, through mental practices. This is going to be really key this year so that next year you can lay foundations that will be really stable, that will be long lasting. These are theme words for the earth signs and earth elements. Consistency, solid, something you can rely upon. So, I think that covers enough. This is too long already. Let me know if this helps at all, and I will see you guys in the next video.